Hello everyone, how's it going? It's your boy Skilled Fawn, and today we're going to be doing another Elden Ring challenge run. In this challenge, we're going to be using Sorcery Only, and if you can beat the game with only that. So I start off by choosing my class, and go with the Astrologer, and we're going to make our way past the Grafted Scion. Get clipped a little bit by those swords, but and then yeah, we're gonna to our deaths. I could have probably, I mean, I don't know, maybe not with that amount of FP, but I possibly could have killed him. Anyways, we are now gonna talk to Melina. He will give us Torrent, which is very useful. It's a horse that allows you to traverse the map. And I'm just usually a early game of my Elden Ring challenge runs. I'll just run around and loot up a bit before I fight bosses. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Get left Dectus half, and then I make my way to Fort Farah. I think that's how you pronounce it. The right one. And I also get Radagon's Sword Seal. I also realized that I needed more memory slots for my spells, so I hunt some of those down. And I went into Liurnia to get a few things, and now I'm making my way to Margit, the first boss. Yeah, nothing too much to say. Um, though the staff that I do have right now cannot be upgraded, so it's pretty much only going to be effective early game. Has ridiculous stats for early game, but then falls off very hard afterwards. And yeah, we get another talisman slot, so toss on the Sword Seal and then the stamina regen. And we're just gonna go down on these spells. Almost surprised that that second one didn't hit me. Been bad. Yeah, Godric usually is pretty much a joke, but with spells, he's even more laughable. Yeah, eventually, if you don't know this, you can combine Rock Sling with the Arrow's Reach Talisman, and it'll actually increase its range. Quite helpful. Um, it'll be good for some of the bosses that have pretty big arenas, or um, they're just slow, stuff like that. Gonna keep spamming. He's about one hit away. And just like that, Godric the Grafted goes down. Easy peasy. With the first Great Room boss down, I gotta hunt down a second one to open Lindell. But first, I'm gonna get his Great Rune, restore it. I think early game Godric's is probably the best Great Rune, if not the best Great Rune overall. Yeah, Loretta's I don't know, she's not easiest, but she's definitely not tough. Also, learned her moveset pretty well. And this is like the easy version of her. The harder ones in near Melania. I think just like that. Yep, she goes down. Nothing crazy, but I wanted to come over this way to get the great bow sorcery that she had, and also talk to Ronnie. Ronnie's gonna a lot of good spells and things that I can get from her quest. I figured since I'm doing sorcery, might as well try and go for her ending. Not the most trouble, but still a task nonetheless. So now we're making our way towards the second Great Room boss. Head to Liurnia. Yeah, Red Wolf is pretty simple. He has a very small health pool, so you can just absolutely wail on him. So he's just very agile, you can see. Yeah, one of the drawbacks already to this staff is that limiting my damage. Definitely probably better damage than like a non-upgraded staff that I'd find, but it will get outclassed eventually and outscaled. So with Renala, get a or like children. 3 of them will have this aura around them, and once you destroy her children, then she'll fall down and you can wail on her. And this is just her first phase. Do that again and get her to drop down. The lock-on, of course, wants to lock on to every enemy besides her. And yeah, he goes down. Now we gotta fight her Omega version. Not tough. I honestly think her fight is more so... I mean, melee is challenging regardless, but definitely a lot more tough than you're fighting melee, just because she spawns the spirit summons every 2 seconds. But she does have a very small health pool, so it works out. And while I was in Liurnia, I did Raya's quest. Will allow me to go to Volcano Manor. I head on over to Altus, talk to her, and yeah, now I'm in Volcano. So I was a bit hesitant on most of my challenge runs. The things I've been doing in the challenge runs have made usually Rykard the one of the tougher bosses to fight. I'm obviously not using the Storm Caller, whatever it's called, Storm King. Now we got DTS, just like the Mirage. I fought of a horse boss lady. I already pretty much know DTS's moveset. Taking it slow, steady, trying to get some good hits in. I'm actually kind of liking Glintstone Pebble, though it is very terrible damage. The cast time is absurdly quick. So I make my way into Lindell after killing DTS. And yeah, Godfrey messes me up, or Goldfrey I should say, messes me up a few times, just because yeah, I have to cast my things. I'm very used to being right up next to him. We got Radon. Radon's a very fun boss fight. Very tough, but very fun. Yeah, I'm just gonna be using Torrent and just whipping away. Trying to get hits whenever I can. So the one downside to being on Torrent is I usually get hit by that attack a lot more. If I was off Torrent, it would be very easy to dodge that, but Overton, why you gotta run away? I was just attacking you. Oh, and I got a bit scared right there. I thought it was gonna yank me towards him and he was gonna kill me. I also kind of mess up here. This is the best time to just be wailing on him, but yeah, it would get pretty tense when he would do his Omega flying move after all this. I just need to kill him really quick. Good. Yeah, just like that, Radon goes down. Our third Great Room boss. I go talk to Jaren. Say goodbye. I want to wish him good luck. And I go to Hugh, and I'm just going to be upgrading my staff. Yeah, C, scaling on strength, and then S for intelligence, which is gnarly. Now I did pick up Terra Magica, which is very, very good. Basically another buff on top of the already many buffs that I have. A bit risque. Eventually, second phase, get Godskin in. And the best thing would have been if I Comet Azor right here, but I mean, Night Comet doing pretty good damage. Oh, and that was a close one. Oof. Oof. Yeah, that last roll was very, very delayed. Goes for the tactical nuke move. Come on, I just gotta hit him once. And yeah, there we go. Godskin Noble goes down. Gonna progress our way to Rykard. And as we get further into Lindell, I'm trying to pick up all the loot, the goodies from each area. Now back to Goldfree. Which I showed a clip earlier of dying to him. Which, pretty sad, but it's alright. He's very weak. He just... basically the nerfed version of regular Godfrey. Freaking Godfrey's music just slaps so hard, I swear. His Godskin Nobles are just the hardest in the game. You should not be doing that when he does a stomp, is rolling backwards. Very old habit. To just jump mostly on his attacks. So once, like in his actual boss fight, he becomes like invigorated or whatever, you can roll. That's fine. Like, see, that's the thing, is even with this Pebble, I'm doing a decent amount of damage. Like, about half the damage of one of those fully charged comets. Now we're gonna keep progressing, but I need to progress in Ronnie's quest, so I make my way down to Nokron. Make my way back to talk to her.
Even in it is in thy possession. My thanks. Soon must I begin.
Gives us the inverted statue. This is actually a really cool, I don't know, this is probably one of the coolest parts of the quests. But yeah, you go into one of the towers and you actually invert the whole thing, and then you can go down its elevator. The very first time that I played Elden Ring, I remember coming to this spot and being like, what the hell, the elevator's on the ceiling? I obviously knew I had to do something with gravity, but... yeah, just like that. Make our way down to the elevator. And this will give us the rune... well, not the rune of death, the mark of death, I believe. First mark of death. That is because, yeah, her and, freaking Godwin, they got stabbed. So I talked to Azor. Basically all crystals now. Got Morgot. Morgot's a very cool boss fight. He just moves around way too for his own good, but... and that was a huge misplay there, but... I want to frost him. Like, already 2/3 health. Like, it's just insane. Damn, yeah, I haven't watched this boss fight in a minute. So it's kind of just funny to see how weak he is. But yeah, I did have a pretty close call just because I didn't have enough flasks. He's still fairly easy, but he's just very mobile. To whip around and they hurt you. Trying not to get picked off, and that freaking spear attack would always catch me off guard. I don't know why. In my rune level 1, no upgrades. Yeah, Morgott goes down. The Omen King. Still, unfortunately, have another Omen we gotta kill. But I talked to Morgott one last time. Tells me I'm not gonna be able to claim the Elden Lord title. I just put one more spell right into his face. The Erd Tree pretty much, well, we have access to the Erd Tree just to be in front of it. We obviously can't go in yet. Um, Mona just explained that the Erd Tree is blocked by these impenetrable thorns. We gotta make our way up to the mountaintops of the giants. You get the flame. You can also get the frenzied flame, and you won't sacrifice your maiden, but again, I get absolutely destroyed by that golem. Usually, I'm able to just run past him pretty easy peasy, lemon squeezy, but yeah, nothing too great right there. I'm just hard locked onto his foot, be trying to stagger him and break his ankle. Yeah, at first I was going with the rock uh, attack, but it was just really slow, and you can see I dagger him, which is really nice. Fire Giant is weak to magic, thankfully. Works out for us. But yeah, unfortunately he does have the health pool of a freaking tank, so gonna take a bit, even with magic. Get into phase 2. I'm just gonna be wailing on it. Another reason why I wish I got more intelligence and the FP flask that gives you unlimited. I would have been able to pretty much cheese the second phase. Maybe not the best, but oh yeah, and I was curious to see how this master bow is gonna be, but it's like freaking everything in Elden Ring. It just has this really tiny range. One thing I definitely hated / disliked very heavily of when I did this challenge run and the incantations challenge run was the lightning spear would go maybe like 2 feet before stopping, and pretty much same with all these sorceries. I guess I mean I understand why there's a range for like balance purposes and things like that, but it just sucks. If anything, it could possibly like go for like a very long time, but maybe like the further it goes out, the less and less damage it does until it basically does nothing. Like, I don't know. Seems like it would make more sense than just simply disappearing. Yeah, and Crumbling Fairmazula. And yeah, this is where Comet Azor is actually going to be coming in pretty useful. To do the ultimate emote. And now we're gonna make our way. But before I do that, I want to go get the Hallig tree shards, and this is a pretty easy Commander Nile. Uh, I think that's his name, Commander Nile, up in the mountaintops. I don't think that changes for them, but yeah, it's a pretty easy exploit slash glitch. Just basically hurl yourself off the mountain, and then at the very last second, you jump, you double jump, and then you just keep swinging. The game thinks that you're still alive, just plummeting down, so it despawns the area. Now we gotta go fight normal Loretta. Definitely a few times it got hairy, but pretty easy, and I decently know the moves. Now she's going into her phase 2. All of her attacks are majorly buffed slash improved. Well, not all, but pretty much most. Especially that one where she just shoots out 5 orbs. It's very annoying. But yeah, Loretta goes down. We actually get her mastery, which is good. Definitely better than the singular one. We go back to Godskin Duo. It definitely die a few times to them. I was not sure exactly how I wanted to do it. If I just wanted to wail on them with Pebble or some other spell, but figured it would be a lot better if I did a 2-for-1. And if I had Terra Magica, I possibly could have one-shotted this. But I just line them up, and I'm going to smoke them. And they're similar to 4 Kings, where you can damage them even after they die. But you always want to do if you can. They're like smidgen of health away. Too easy. So now we got a very aggressive boss. But I do really enjoy Malekith's fight. I used to hate his fight when the game first came out, but I was also pretty trash. So. Yeah, just take it slow. Trying to bait him into the combo, yeah, where he does that lunge and you can step back. Usually hit again. When he does that attack, you can even wail on him more. Yeah, so one thing I'm really liking about the Pebble is just how quick it is. You can get a good amount of them in. Probably deal more damage than the Comet or Comet. think I got like 2 comments. I got the knight comment and the big boy comment. But yeah, I still think 3 shots is probably. I mean, maybe the big comment does more damage, but yeah, and all of Malekith's moves are very cool. I know them pretty decent now too. And yeah, if I killed Rye card before I fought him, I could have gotten blast, or not the blasphemous. Could have gotten the thing to parry him. I forget what it's called, but it's actually pretty useful. Definitely gets you some extra hits in. But yeah, I did not kill him. I just want to know, like, how the hell is he flying? I can almost understand Melania when she goes up, because like the waterfowl like stops the rot or whatever, so that's why she does that shit. But Malekith's just like, I'm gonna start flying now. Malekith goes down. Pretty easy. Most of these bosses, if I don't kill them in like the first attempt, maybe it takes like 3 to 5 max. I'm not gonna say this challenge was very difficult, but with every challenge run, it definitely has its ups and downs. You gotta change your strategy. You gotta, do a bunch of different things. Yeah, I absolutely hate Sir Gideon. Uh, it's a very easy boss, but I don't know why, but on pretty much every challenge run besides maybe this one and the incans, it's just, I think even the incans too, I just would die just because he just absolutely spams his attacks like Radagon. He's got that thing that makes you take more damage from like sorcery and incans. It's just fucking annoying. And we got Chadfree. Godfrey. I think I mentioned this in one of the other Elden Ring videos, but I have to say my top 3 bosses in Elden Ring. I don't know, I'd probably go Melania, then Godfrey, and then Malekith. I think they're really cool. I don't know, it's also I don't know, I'd say Godfrey is a lot different than most of the bosses in this game. Because, I don't know, I definitely feel like his is more... I mean, every boss, once you know their moves, it becomes pretty, like, rhythmic, where doing the same thing. But, I don't know, I feel like Godfrey's reminds me a lot of, like, Sekiro. You just get in this really good rhythm, and, you're able to just freak them up. Taking it slow. We'll see that I do change my defense strategy. Ooh, I got knocked right there. Between the phases, like his... I guess you could say he has like 4, technically 4 phases, though he does just really have 2. But he has like 2 mini phases in each one. Yeah, the very first sub phase of each one, I'm just gonna jump, and once he becomes invigorated, I'll start rolling. Yeah, Horlu Godfrey goes down. Not too many bosses left. We're at the the end game right now, but we do have three bosses that we got to take care of. We got Moog, we got Rykard, and then we got Melania. Yeah, Moog is uh I definitely am. I definitely say I'm beast inexperienced with him compared to the other Great Room bosses. Maybe him and Morgott. Um, though I definitely have a bit more experience with Morgott, but still, they're probably my worst bosses to face. But thankfully, I'm gonna do the Comet Azor cheese, and he's just gonna stand there, keep activating his ability, get completely annihilated. Yeah, look at that damage. 22,000 almost. Dear God. Like, that's the crazy thing is this all got nerfed already. Like, it's just absurd. So overpowered. Next we got Estelle. Not a Great Room boss or anything, but I wanted to do Ronnie's quest. And I'll never forget that one clip when this game first came out. And it was someone, they're going to fight Estelle. And uh, they got like 2 feet in the arena, and then that laser absolutely zapped them. Just very comedic. They're like, oh, only like point whatever percent of people beat this, and then just gets absolutely wrecked. But yeah, he's a pretty simple. Once you just get past those lasers, I'd say the lasers are his worst part. And once he changes to phase 2, is this like rock thing. But yeah, now we got Rykard, and I was a bit scared on this one. The only abilities that I was um, and I'm pretty confident with was the Ronnie's Dark Moon, just because Rykard is extremely weak to frost, and then once they're frosted, they'll do more damage. But yeah, he has a massive health pool. Don't have a bleed weapon or anything. Obviously, can't use it, so do it the old-fashioned way. We have to pretty much run pure blue flasks just to kill him. Yeah, you'll see near the end, I definitely get scared. I mean, even right here, like, I have half my health. Trying to take pop shots at him. Take it nice and slow. And I do the FP mixed blast. I think I got like a decent amount of damage. Maybe like slightly more than the Dark Moon would have gotten, but you know, nothing crazy. I just did not have a whole bunch of time to cast it. Thank God that his sword attack did not hit there. Very scared. Yeah, Rykard goes down. Definitely the longest boss fight in this. Maybe second to Melania, I'm not sure, but a serpent never dies. Yeah, I'm just gonna level up, do all that good stuff. Yeah, as I was slowly making my way to the Halig tree, I was mentally preparing and thinking of how I wanted to do this, just because um yeah, it was in one of the previous challenge runs that I did either the incant or something like that, where I did it, and yeah, she would pretty much dodge any projectile. So I knew I needed something a bit different, and luckily the rock sling and the dark moon combo worked so well against her, just because by the time she's done dodging the rock sling, uh it first off tracks, so it just will change course and hit her. But yeah, it was definitely definitely a bit challenging, maximizing DPS and making sure I wasn't gonna get hit, but challenging not to die from Melania. She's a very aggressive boss. I would say I'm actually very comfortable with her. Though, yeah, I will obviously still get my ass handed to me. But I'm pretty comfortable with her moveset now after so many hours of playing her. The very first two challenge runs that I ever did really helped me to get better at her. Yeah, we got the good fight next. Yeah, I'm gonna do two of the dark moons just to frost her. And then her first phase is pretty much just gonna be running really far away and then just blasting her with the rock sling. Nothing too crazy there, but you'll see by the time she dodges, it just like it still hits her, which is really good. Gonna be going to the outskirts, making sure I have ample distance between me and her. Because after it's either 70 or 60%, she will start to be able to do waterfowl, and though I am good at dodging it, I just much rather not dodge it if I can. She's like basically one tap away. We're just gonna finish her off. Yeah, that is really good damage there. Like, holy crap. Obviously, I wish I could have just one fate, or not one phase, but wreck her in one cast, but yeah, probably not the. I don't know. I don't know if that was the best idea there. I probably should have just spammed the glintstone pebble. Because even though, yeah, it's not going to be doing a whole ton of damage, I can just keep spamming them, and that usually adds up to more damage. Maybe Comet was good. Who knows? Your own personal preference. So yeah, I'm just trying to get her into an animation where, one, she's decently far away from me, so I know I'm not going to get absolutely stacked, but can get a good hit. And she is like He has a millimeter less of health. Very, very small. I don't even know. Like, that's just so tiny to see. It's probably like a micrometer. I don't know, but yeah, just like that goes down, and the toughest boss too. So very good. I got a ton of levels from her. Always nice. And yeah, we got one final boss. And they're probably the two bosses that I despise the most, which is Radagon and Elden. So I tried a bunch of different tactics, just showing the one where I obviously got the kills, but um, if you watch the VODs and stuff like that, you'll see that I went through a bunch of iterations of what to do, whether it be the Pebble trying to Comet Azor at the beginning, or Comet Azor Elden Beast, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, eventually I locked it just to these two spells, Glintstone Pebble and Azor. And definitely the downside to using the Pebble is Radagon will... That was really stupid. Radagon will block it from time to time, but no worries, you can just get her slash him into an animation where they're stuck, and you can just damage them for free. That's why I was always waiting for the dash that he slash she would do. Oh, Radagon slash America. And you turn yourself into a sword for the Elden Beast. But yeah, pretty decent damage though, not gonna lie. And oh my god. Amen for the healing mix flask. There were definitely a lot of times where it saved me. Especially once you get halfway or more with the Elden stars. Oh my gosh. Trying to wail on him, get him low. Just a half, just so I can deal with his freaking Elden stars. As I see that, I'm gonna instantly run away, and then I'm gonna try and get it this way and then change directions just because I do not want to take that damage. And yeah, this is the problem I have with Elden Beasts is, and Radagon especially, is they just absolutely spam their abilities. So occasionally, you will get the part where they just do the swords only, but yeah, pretty much like Melania, a micrometer of health, and yeah, I just have to put one more shot in, and the run is completed. Pretty nice stuff. I do say so myself. Definitely not the most challenging challenge, but like I mentioned before, each challenge run comes with its own ups and downs, its tribulations, and yeah, it's always really fun to play Elden Ring through again. I really enjoy this game, so any excuse to fight all the bosses and play through. Yeah, you guys seem to like all this stuff. Yeah, I summon Ronnie, and the world's gonna be under a new age, the dark age slash moon. But while this is playing, I'll be talking about a few things. Lies of P is coming out in mid-September. I will be definitely playing through that and doing a bunch of challenge runs. I played through the demo recently for the first time and was really blown away by the mechanics, everything with the game. So I'm actually gonna be doing a lot more of that, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Um, Been doing a bunch of Demon Souls challenge runs as well. I've got Bows Only coming up on the VODs, and SL1 plus 0 coming up, and eventually that'll make its way to the main channel. Um, but yeah, pretty much, just expect to see more challenge compilations, the main channel, along with probably my like first somewhat impressions of Lies of P. I already put out the all bosses flawless, which uh, I was, I don't know, quite surprised. It took about an hour for each boss, which definitely was a bit of time, but I don't know, like with like Melania and stuff like that, it took me a lot longer to get used to them, but they definitely are a bit easier compared to Elden Ring. Though I just love the mechanics of Lies of P. Uh, Basically combined Sekiro and Bloodborne together, and just mashes them really well. Um, so yeah, I will definitely be doing more Star Wars stuff soon. I have not been doing a whole bunch of that. Um, been taking a small break from Battlefront 2. So I do want to get Anakin and Assault Trooper to max. Taking a break from them. And then, yeah, I should eventually play Jedi Survivor, but not for a while. There's a decent amount of games coming up. TCM, Lies of P, um, sure a whole bunch others, but yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Greatly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to check me out and my videos. And yeah, take care. Skilled Fawn out.